Know Your Candidate. Presented by Portland is Possible, broadcasted by XRAY FM. In this segment, we offer a brief background on the visionary candidates that are proudly standing and running for the acclaimed Portland Area City Council. For now, we have a candidate of District 3 that incorporates Montevilla, Belmont, and Hawthorne neighborhoods.
Hi, I'm Jesse Cornett, candidate for Portland City Council District 3.
How do we minimize 911 response times?
Sure, I'm not sure if you're asking how we're responding to calls or how long it's taking for the calls to be answered in the first place. If it's the prior, as somebody that had to call 911 for a traumatic brain injury I witnessed in January, I thought it was very alarming that it took 3 minutes and 15 seconds for somebody to simply take the call. There's really only one way that we can change that, or the response times, by whether it's PSR or fire or anyone else, and that's increased staffing levels.
What should be the future of RAC and the city funding for the arts?
Well, when I come to talking about arts, my primary area of focus has always been music. I'm an avid music fan. We're recording this morning after a ruckus, fun show, the first largest concert in Portland in 30 years at Providence Park last night. So I think so long as we're supporting the arts in all the various ways, including through RAC, and really looking at how we might re-envision that for the future and the city's future needs, and emerging arts as well, is the path that I would look at taking here.
What attractions should Portland grow to make this a better place for people to live, play, and visit?
Well, when I think of attractions, I think of fun things like Oaks Park. I think about the Moda Center, again, back to Providence Park, where I just was last night. Those are all owned by private entities, so I'm not sure the city plays a real big role in growing those attractions. It's those attractions that are bringing folks to Portland, as well as being so close to the lovely Oregon coast and Mount Hood as well. So we are lucky to be in a wonderful place in the world, and I think those attractions are inevitably bringing people here.
What part of the district do you expect will change the most in the next 10 years?
I think 82nd Avenue is going to transform the most in the coming years. We have finally wrested control away from the state. It's owned by the city now. There are some massive investments being made. And that's something that we're going to have to do cautiously to ensure we're not pricing folks out of their homes and gentrifying while we're doing that as well. But there's some natural growth and natural improvement and a whole lot of safety that needs to be addressed along that corridor.
As Portland develops a vision for the future of the city, what are two groups or communities that are not always at the table that you are committed to engaging?
Well, I'm going to cheat and include three groups. One, younger Portlanders, because this is the city that they're going to inherit. Number two, communities of color. I think we've started to make strides in that area, and it's something that we have to continue on. As somebody in recovery that works day by day with the recovery community, I also think that that's a community that needs to be a little more engaged in how the city looks moving forward. Just understanding how it doesn't take alcohol on every corner in order for us to be able to thrive as a city. So that's something that I hope we bear in mind as well.
Lightning round. Should Portland offer a universal basic income for artists?
We absolutely should, but I don't think that that's feasible.
Where do you get your coffee?
I buy instant decaf from Safeway.
Should the President Teddy Roosevelt statue come down?
I don't have a clear answer on that, actually. That's not one I've researched. I remember some of the history of why it's gone, and I'm not prepared to know whether that's a yes or a no, if I'm being honest.
What events or place in Portland that no longer exists do you wish you could bring back?
You know, there's one side of me that wants to give a non-answer to this question. I think a whole lot of folks see somebody like me running for office and see old Portland and wanting to bring back what we once were, but I think we can do a lot better than what we once were. I think we should focus on what we can be great in the future. That said, we had some incredible things like the Satyricon back in the day. It would sure be fun to see a show there again.
What's the most Portlandy thing you have seen this week?
As I walked in to prepare for this interview today, Michael Trimble and Durrell Kinsey Bay, a candidate for city council and a candidate for mayor, were sitting in the corner having a conversation about their collaborations. And for me, that strikes me as the most Portland thing I've seen in a long time. These are two folks that put in an incredible amount of work in the community And I loved seeing that. So that felt very Portland to me.
So now you know your candidate, or a bit about them. We like to thank the visionary candidates, also like to especially thank all the volunteers and organizations that put this together. We couldn't do this without you. To look at each candidate, be a good Portland citizen, and to be a dashing and informed voter, listen to XRAY FM to learn about ballots and the new ranked choice voting system. And check out portlandpossible.org.